If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience, this is the ideal life. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to reform, or pause and reflect. The man who does not read has no advantage over the man who cannot read. In a good book room you feel in some mysterious way that you are absorbing the wisdom contained in all the books through your skin, without even opening them. Don't go around saying the world owes you a living. The world owes you nothing. It was here first. Never put off till tomorrow what may be done day after tomorrow just as well. A lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes. Reader, suppose you were an idiot. And suppose you were a member of Congress. But I repeat myself. Classic, a book which people praise and don't read. God created war so that Americans would learn geography. I have never let my schooling interfere with my education. Substitute damn every time you're inclined to write very, your editor will delete it and the writing will be just as it should be. God created war so that Americans would learn geography. Never tell the truth to people who are not worthy of it. I did not attend his funeral, but I sent a nice letter saying I approved of it. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great make you feel that you, too, can become great. Wrinkles should merely indicate where the smiles have been. Clothes make the man. Naked people have little or no influence on society. Never allow someone to be your priority while allowing yourself to be their option. What would men be without women? Scarce, sir, mighty scarce. Everyone is a moon, and has a dark side which he never shows to anybody. Books are for people who wish they were somewhere else. The difference between the almost right word and the right word is really a large matter. 'Tis the difference between the lightning bug and the lightning. I was gratified to be able to answer promptly, and I did. I said I didn't know. But who prays for Satan? Who, in 18 centuries, has had the common humanity to pray for the one sinner that needed it most? I do not fear death. I had been dead for billions and billions of years before I was born, and had not suffered the slightest inconvenience from it. Don't part with your illusions. When they are gone you may still exist, but you have ceased to live. Truth is stranger than fiction, but it is because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities, truth isn't. Loyalty to country always. Loyalty to government, when it deserves it. When I was a boy of 14, my father was so ignorant I could hardly stand to have the old man around. But when I got to be 21, I was astonished at how much the old man had learned in 7 years. You can't depend on your eyes when your imagination is out of focus. If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you read the newspaper, you're misinformed. Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness, and many of our people need it sorely on these accounts. Broad, wholesome, charitable views of men and things cannot be acquired by vegetating in one little corner of the earth all one's lifetime. The easy confidence with which I know another man's religion is folly teaches me to suspect that my own is also. Kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Name the greatest of all inventors. Accident. The worst loneliness is to not be comfortable with yourself. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. I've lived through some terrible things in my life, some of which actually happened. If animals could speak, the dog would be a blundering outspoken fellow, but the cat would have the rare grace of never saying a word too much. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. The best way to cheer yourself is to try to cheer someone else up. Always do what is right. It will gratify half of mankind and astound the other. The trouble is not in dying for a friend, but in finding a friend worth dying for. A banker is a fellow who lends you his umbrella when the sun is shining, but wants it back the minute it begins to rain. The secret to getting ahead is getting started. April 1st. This is the day upon which we are reminded of what we are on the other 364. All you need in this life is ignorance and confidence, then success is sure. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. A clear conscience is the sure sign of a bad memory. I haven't any right to criticize books, and I don't do it except when I hate them. I often want to criticize Jane Austen, but her books madden me so that I can't conceal my frenzy from the reader, and therefore I have to stop every time I begin. Every time I read Pride and Prejudice I want to dig her up and beat her over the skull with her own shin bone. Out of all the things I have lost, I miss my mind the most. History doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. I didn't have time to write a short letter, so I wrote a long one instead. Get your facts first, and then you can distort them as much as you please. One day you will regret that you did not hear these quotes earlier. Do not lose the opportunity. Watch our next video.